Marshall, a scholastic pioneer with an intense desire to urge, to teach, to lead, to guide the next generation of trailblazers. 6 years accredited experience in educating students and delivering knowledge within the classroom setting. Renowned and self-proclaimed edpreneur, founder and originator of several non-for-profit organizations and groups centered on spearheading pivotal learning strategies and resourceful support for teachers to minimize their potential. Remarkable leadership skills with the ability to implement creative thinking and innovative strategies for demonstrating results. Charismatic and confident role model, figure, and mentor decided serving within the education industry. This is Ms. Tiffany Marshall.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. Welcome. I just want to say to the ladies who are here, I applaud you all for coming because you could be anywhere. So here is just, an advancement in your life. I'm Tiff Marshall, born and raised in Boynton Beach, Florida. Right here. I think all of us grew up here, so you're not talking to women who are from different states. So I am an educator by trade, but I am a self-proclaimed edupreneur. Because growing up, I was always interested in money. My mother, one day we went to Sam's, I said, Mom, what is that car? And she was like, oh, it's my Sam's car. And I was like, well, what do you do? Where's the money coming from? It's plastic. She's like, oh, it's my little credit card. I said, so you have debt? She was like, yeah, everybody has debt. And so that always stuck with me. I never did talk to her about it because I never liked debt. I like money. I like to have things. I like to be nice, So growing up, I was the only child. So I thought that, I was rich growing up. We weren't rich, but I never had to want for anything. So my mother, a single mother, I had to get good grades, that's just what she required, and I had to go to college. So upon graduating, I went to the Great Cookman University, Wildcat. And so I graduated. I was still living home, and I got my first paycheck, and that paycheck was cute. I was home. And then I moved out of the house, and that paycheck was no longer cute. Not at all. So I said, there's something that I have to do, because oftentimes we think of, I need more money, so let me get another job. I didn't have time for another job because I was a school teacher. When I got home, I was tired. I love kids, but they would tire you out. So I just started thinking about, what do I do well? I need to do something that I do well, and I need to monetize it. So that's when I say I'm an entrepreneur. I do many things. So what I do now is I'm a social media coach for business owners. I love social media. My first, do y'all know my first business was? This guess. Facebook? Yeah, it was on Facebook. I used to sell jewelry online. Like, she used to make hers. My first business was on Instagram, and I was making like $300-400 a day on Instagram. So I teach business owners how to monetize their businesses online, and I'm a success coach for teens. I also established Learn Around the Clock for children, and it's an academy, Learn Around the Clock, because I believe learning should happen around the clock. Oftentimes we leave school, what y'all do in the bell ring? Dismissal time, go home. And it's like straight chilling, But I believe that learning starts outside the classroom. If you only learn inside the classroom, you're not learning enough. A child that's only educated in school is an uneducated child. So as a teacher, there are many things that bothered me, like teaching things that the kids need to know, but they don't know. So financial education, public speaking, all of that I service within Learn Around the Clock. Even, getting our students astute in the political world. We need some more of us, right? In the political realm, we need to know about what's going on around us, because I teach children with 4.3 GPAs, and they didn't know who our presidential candidates were. So you can become astute at being a good student, but are you ready to take on the society? So that's kind of where I stem from. I'm an educator, but I have multiple businesses in a nonprofit.
You were given a few questions.
Yes.
Do you mind answering those first?
Yes, forgot about that part. One question is, what kind of opportunities for advancement do you have? I want to say, by being you all big members of the Operation BeYOUtiful Movement, that you have taken advancement in your life. I really do. Because there aren't many nonprofit organizations for our girls. So that's, I think, is an advancement in your life. And I do have some other opportunities that I will collaborate with Charmaine's about to get our groups together. All right. And the other question was, what marketing strategies work best for you? Social media. And I'm going to tell you why. It's free overhead. Most of my clients, I do not know them. I don't know them. They live in other parts of the world, and they pay me because they trust me to deliver their service. So, and it's free overhead. I don't pay anything other than my cell phone bill. So social media works for me. But depending on your business, if you all have any specific, inquiries about, a business or an idea that you have, I can talk to you about. So right now, social media works because social media is free for everybody. Everybody who has a cell phone, people who are employed and those who are unemployed have a cell phone. Those who are walking and those who have a car have a cell phone. So I can teach you how to monetize your business online and make some money that way.
Very good, very good. Let's give this I don't know, you guys are probably looking at me like, oh, they only got 4 girls. Listen, I believe that God will have people. He wants to be here. So I'm not worried. I'm not stressed out or anything. But we're going to go to our next panel. The next person we have on our list is a dear friend of mine. And I had to get her on the panel only because I don't know no other lawyers. So this is kind of the only lawyer I know. So I'm proud to call this young lady my friend. So let me introduce her. Her name is Ms. Whitney Baldwin, is a May 2013 graduate of Florida A&M College of Law. Additionally, she has a Bachelor's of Science in Political Science and a Master in Public Administration. In October 2013, Whitney began her legal career with Florida Ritual Legal Services, Inc. as a staff attorney. Through this position, Whitney is able to fulfill her personal mission of service by providing legal representation to low-income clients. She primarily practices in the areas of family law, housing, and criminal record sealing and expungement. Whitney is an active member of the Malcolm Cunningham Bar Association and currently serves as the Young Lawyers Section Chair. In 2015, she was appointed to the Florida Bar Student Education Administrations to the Bar Committee by Florida Bar President Raymond Abdin. Did I say that right? Yeah. In addition to her legal service, Whitney participates in several community organizations. She is second vice president of the Xi Phi Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and is a member of the board of directors of the YMCA of Palm Beach County. Whitney is also an active member of Grace Temple CME Church and serves as the church secretary and vice president of the Young Adult Ministry. This is Ms. Whitney Baldwin.
Thank you. As Sharma so gracefully said, I'm an attorney, a lawyer to some, but I like to refer to myself personally as an advocate. And when I think of the term advocate, I think of someone who's a community servant, someone who's very passionate about helping people and very dedicated to their community. And for me, my road to law school, I knew I wanted to help people. And that's the reason why I wanted to go to law school. I didn't want to be the type of lawyer that put people in jail. I didn't want to be the type of lawyer that worked for the banks and for people's homes. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to help people. So while I was in law school, I had the opportunity of interning with my organization that I'm working with now, Florida Rural Legal Services. It's a nonprofit. They assist low-income individuals. And I was very excited to get this internship and to learn and to grow. And when I graduated law school and I passed the bar, they offered me a position. Currently, I'm able to assist families, lots of families with children, doing family law issues, helping people get their criminal records sealed and expunged, and also helping people in housing matters, whether it be foreclosure or whether it be eviction defense. So I'm able to assist people, and I really like that. I think it's important because some attorneys, they're only in the business to make money. Me personally, I put that aside. I'm in the business to help people. And lots of times I see that low-income individuals, they're at a disadvantage when they come in. The justice system is not fair to them. The court system is not. And one of the cases that I'm very proud of, it happened recently. A mother, she was a single mother of 5 kids. She was being evicted. She was a public housing recipient. The judge had ordered her to be evicted. She came to us at the last day, the last second on a Friday at 3 p.m. So I had to brainstorm, draft something, send it to the courthouse emergency, and that Monday the judge overruled his decision. and her housing was safe. And I'm very proud of that. So that has just really helped me become a better person. It's really helped me grow, knowing that I can make a difference in the lives of others. So I say to you, young women, if you'd like to become a lawyer, you can do it. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't. As long as you're dedicated and as long as you're passionate, you can do anything that you want to do. Thank you. And my question is, could you describe a typical work week or a day at work? And the one word I would describe my typical work week or my typical day would be busy. From the time I come in to the time I leave, I'm very busy. Whether it's meeting with clients, whether it's preparing for court, or whether it be that I am in court, I spend lots of time. I have to read a lot. So if you like reading, attorney is a good field to go into. I have to prepare. Preparation is key. You just can't go in the courtroom and just turn it on. You have to know what you're talking about. And lots of times there aren't a lot of African Americans that are practicing law, so sometimes, especially when you practice in other counties, I started practicing in St. Lucie County, and I was one of few African Americans, especially to be a young African American female. Lots of times the people that I were going up against, they were the old white men, and they treated me like dirt. So you have to walk in, you have to own it, you have to prepare, you have to know what you're talking about. So I would just say my day is busy, spending a lot of time preparing and just getting the job done.
Awesome. Let's give Whitney another hand. I am going to introduce our next panelist, Ms. Ashley Todd. It was brought to my attention. This story is so funny because Ashley and I are related. We're cousins. And someone put on there, her name is no longer Harmon, it's Todd. And I was like, well, I know that. And it was somebody who knew both of us mutually, so it was funny. And they were saying, just because you're not married, you can't get other people married. So it was a joke. It was a joke, but it was cool. But actually, I would get a lot of them. They were. But actually, Case was a little cool because she was a little nervous about this. I'm sorry, I'm going to share this. But she was like very hesitant and very shy and timid. And I really wanted her to come because we have a lot of girls in our organization who aren't as outspoken. And they are very shy and very timid. So I'm hoping that this will benefit you, all right? Ashley resides in Lake Worth, Florida. Her work experience has been working as a nurse at Grand Villa since 2013. Ashley's credentials are Associates of Arts degree in 2011 from Palm Beach State College. This is so funny to us because we always talk about community colleges and starting there first and then venturing off. So this is actually cool that you went to a community college first. Vocational certificate in practical nursing in May of 2013 from Palm Beach State College. Associates in science nursing degree in December 2015 from Palm Beach State College. And she's also a member of the National Student Nurses Association. So I introduce to some and present to others Ms. Ashley Harmon/Todd.
Okay. Stand up because I brought something to share. So this is a vision board I made for myself and for everyone to see. Okay. So hello everyone, my name is Ashley Harmon Todd. I'm a registered nurse and I'm a mother of 2 young children, a wife, a daughter, and also a sister. And since a child, I've always been interested in the medical field, like how the body works and, you know, what it does. Blood doesn't scare me. Anything like that doesn't scare me. So that's how I knew that, you know, I would try nursing out. So I'm the first person in my family in my immediate family to graduate from college as a nursing student with a degree. So okay, so for the ladies down here that's in school, do you know what you want to be or anybody interested in the medical field? You are? You know what you want to be? A nurse or a doctor? A heart surgeon. Well, that's very good. So can you tell me some things? I know it's a little different from a nurse, but can you name some good qualities you may have, like in the medical field, working with people? Anything about yourself that would make you a good heart surgeon?
I like learning about the body.
You like learning about the body, so that's good because with nursing, there's a lot of school involved. There's a lot of, you have to study. You have to learn so much, and you have to remember a lot of stuff. So that's a good thing, and that relates to like you want to have good critical thinking skills. You have to be able to think fast because you're handling people's lives. So you want to have some good critical thinking skills, communication skills, or some things that you may want to, work on. Compassion, you must have for people. You got to be able to, want to help people. And so those are some things, important qualities that you should possess, if you're interested in going into the medical field. Nursing is a good opportunity. It has a lot of things that you can do as a nurse. You can be a teacher. Nurses work in hospitals. They work in doctor's office. They work with children. They work with old people. So, not old people, but seniors, which is registered nurses provide and coordinate patient care. These are some things that you'll do as a registered nurse, some things that I do. We educate people about diseases and how we promote health and wellness. And we give like emotional support to family when you're dealing with the death and you're dealing with dying and stuff like that. So you're gonna give like a lot of emotional support to people. And like I mentioned before, the work environment includes hospitals. You can work in a doctor's office. You can work in home health, nursing care facilities, correctional facilities. You can work in prisons. Or you can also serve in the military if you're interested in going to the Army. They offer good benefits, which I'm not so interested in. So if you want to go on to become a registered nurse, you got to study hard in school. That's one. In some areas that you study in for nursing, so you must stay focused. You got to get the proper education you need. And some of those areas that you want to work hard on in school is math and science. Anatomy, which is dealing with the human body, physiology, how it functions, microbiology, and psychology, because you're going to be dealing with people. So you got to learn how to get along with all different types of people that you're going to run into in your career. And here I just made like a vision board just to help me if you have any goals or anything that you want to do. And I learned this from Sharmiz. And I made it for myself because it helps like remind me some things I put on here. Is like if you want to become a nurse, take charge of your future, you'll rise to new horizons. And I am a new graduate nurse. I just graduated in December of 2015. So I started off first as an LPN. I kind of went up the ladder. I didn't go like right into being a registered nurse. I started off, it's like a 1-year program. You can go as an LPN, and they make a good amount of money also. So as a registered nurse, the average annual salary that they start with is around $69,000 a year. And you can earn a registered nursing degree in about 2 to 3 years, and they offer that program at Palm Beach State College. It's a really good school. The tuition is cheap, and if you ever have problems with paying for college tuition, they also offer like scholarships that you can apply for, financial aid, which will make it easier for you to go to school. And if you don't know what you're interested in becoming, there's a book that you can check out from the library. It's out. It's called the Bureau of Labor Statistics, U.S. Department of Labor Occupational Handbook, and it has all the occupations in there. You can look up how much the salary is, what the job entitles, the work environment, the pay, how what you need to study and how you would become whatever you choose to become. Okay, so you can check that book out at the library. And just some fun facts about registered nursing. It's the largest healthcare occupation in the U.S. with 2.7 million jobs in 2010. Employment of RNs is on the rise with a projected 2.6% increase from 2010 to 2020. And that's it. Oh, and I have 2 questions I have to answer here. So my questions are, what should students do to have a successful interview? I would say first you have to practice a lot. Like, you should practice with a friend or whoever. You can practice in the mirror with yourself, but you just want to go over the interview, practice. You can do your research on the facility or wherever you plan on applying. Just do your research, gather your resources, be prepared for the questions that they're going to ask you, and you definitely want to have a good resume, so you can work on making a resume with your work experience, and you want to follow up with the person that interviewed you just to show that you're interested in the job. You want to be confident, and most importantly, you just got to pray and believe and put all your trust in God that He will make a way for you.
Very good. Let's give Ms. Ashley another round of applause. Next, I would like to introduce Miss Nina McGraw. Nina is a South Florida-based makeup artist who discovered her interest in makeup artistry through watching YouTube tutorials while on maternity leave 5 years ago. Since then, she has worked to improve her craft to make her mark as a makeup artist. So this is Miss Nina.
Thank you for coming. Thank you, Charmaine, for this opportunity. So like she said, because it's a side business, me doing makeup. I'm a teacher, elementary school teacher. So me becoming a makeup artist it didn't come out of a need, it came out of a passion. I was at home, I wasn't yet a teacher, I was still in school, and I was at home, I was on the computer, and I think I was looking up lace front, because I didn't know what they were. This was 2010. I'm like, what is that? Let me see. So I saw a girl, she was showing, and then I saw some other videos like in the recommended, and it was other girls doing makeup. I said, that's pretty interesting. So I clicked on it, started watching, and that's where it took off. I started practicing on myself, my friends, and then my mom said, oh, you should, why don't you do other people's makeup? You're good at it, you get more practice. And so I began advertising, doing makeup. And when I first started out, I didn't charge because I figured they didn't know my work. They didn't know my name, so they didn't know the quality of my work. So I said to get my name out there and to get pictures so people could see my work, I wouldn't charge. So I did that for a month or two, and then an opportunity came where this a friend of mine that I went to school with, she said, I have this girl, she's getting her hair done, but she wants her makeup done too for her high school graduation pictures. And I said, okay, yeah, I'll come do it. I actually called out of work, so I could go do it. But out of that, she said, would you come do makeup at our salon some days, like Friday and Saturday? I said, sure. So that was my first big opportunity, and from that I started to grow, got more clients, and that's how it started out. A lot of the time, I know Jessica was asked a question about social media, and Tiffany addressed it. For me, I do try to advertise a lot on social media, but I want to say 80% of the people who I do, it's because somebody else told them, or they saw my makeup at an event on someone else. So for me, a lot of it is just word of mouth. And that's about it. I juggle being a teacher, a mom, a wife, and it's what I love to do. Every day I wake up, I put on my makeup. People are like, you take all that? Yeah, I do, because I like to do it. So, but another for you girls, also, I like wearing makeup. It's fun. I enjoy it. But I'm confident without any. When I met my husband, I didn't wear a lick of makeup. I'm just comfortable without any makeup on, with it on. It's just something to enhance, something that I enjoy to do. But you have to be confident without it, because you're all beautiful and nobody needs makeup. It's just something to add.
I have a question for you, because your makeup is very beautiful, and I don't wear makeup, but at one point in time I'm gonna want to wear makeup when I go to this thing with Charmaine. But it doesn't look like yours. Doesn't look like most people. It's like it's packed. It's nice and light. Yeah, like it's So it looks very natural. So I want to know what that I can use. I don't wear makeup.
Okay.
So, but yours is so nice and like you don't have on makeup, just like little eye. But it's beautiful.
Thank you. I can talk to you.
Yeah.
You might need to do a full compliment. I mean, that's my mom. Everyone, I've been trying to get her to put a little makeup underneath. But so you might have to give her a full consultation. I'll pay Nina. I got you, all right?
I had two
questions.
Yeah, I had two questions. Number two, what is the most rewarding aspect of your career? When they look in the mirror and they say, "Oh my God, is that me? Oh, I love it." That's my favorite part of doing what I do. And another question was, how do I know what products are best when the market is constantly changing? By trying them out. I can't try out everything because it'd be too expensive. But trying things out, but also a lot of things that have been on the market for years that are tried and true, I stick with those because they have a reputation for a reason. So I don't necessarily, because something's new, I go get it and I use it, because some of the new stuff isn't worth nothing. But just trying it out and seeing if I like it. If I find that I'm using it a lot, then I'll add it to my kit that I use on other people.
Cool. Let's get into
Awesome. Next, I would like to introduce, last but certainly not least, my friend, Miss Raquel Bell. She's an event planner and designer in the South Florida area. She discovered her passion in helping others, such as friends and acquaintances, create an event that they would only dream of. She then became an intern at an elite event planning company in Miami. From there, started her own business in the Palm Beach County area. She finds most joy when she's with her family, her husband Jacob, and two kids, JJ and Destiny, as well as helping others' visions become their reality by planning unforgettable events and capturing moments that will last for a lifetime. So this is Miss Raquel Bell.
Not much of a speaker. I'm kind of like on the side. I do events. How I started was I served, like Sharmez was saying. I served at my church, and a lot of people said, "Hey, Raquel, where'd you get your passion from? Where'd you start?" And I said, I just started serving. I started serving at my church in every area, and I just love events. And I remember even going to different parties and just saying, "Oh, I think this would be better right here," or just saying, "Oh, like add this and add that," and people were just saying "Hey," then they would ask for me to, to come help set up, and then from that it just grew. My passion just grew, and I truly believe that just serving somewhere, and that's why I commend these women, because they probably didn't start with just bam, they served, they worked hard, there's so many sacrifices that have been made, just to get to this point, and we haven't arrived, and I used to go to Spady right down here. I used to come here, after care, and so it's just such an honor, just to even be here, because I was in here, in your shoes, and it's just crazy how God works, but just even for you girls, don't ever, the Bible says, don't let anyone despise you because of your youth. You know, so just because you're little doesn't mean, or smaller, or I don't want to call you girls little, but you know, just because you guys are, you know, youthful, doesn't mean that you guys don't have a dream, doesn't mean that you guys, it can't become real, you know, or people just say, oh, they're just little, you know, they can, you know, whatever, you know, no, like, go after it. If you want to become a heart surgeon, you become a heart surgeon, you know, if you, and, you know, just allow God, just to say, God, like, whatever it is, you know, but even if you don't know what you want to become, it's okay, too, you know, just help somebody else out, you know, along the way. You know, go start by, you know, volunteering somewhere. Being here is an amazing opportunity for you girls to start. I started by serving, and I just love it. And I still serve till this day. You know, I'm a youth. I'm a young adult assistant at my church. I help my pastor out, and I still do events there. And I still love it as much as I would a paid event. You know, because it's a passion. But anyways, a little bit about my testimony is I remember my husband, he was having knee surgery one day, and I'm going to make this short. He was having knee surgery, and he had to take off the whole summer. And during that summer, like, we didn't have any income. He had a job where, you know, he doesn't have any benefits, any, you know, paid vacation, any of that stuff. So, and I was a stay-at-home mom for 5 years. So there was, like, nothing. Like, we had nothing in our account. And I remember one time I just, you know, doing events, you know, free for my friends and stuff like that. I remember there was like an advertising, you have to pay $500 to go to this workshop experience with like an elite party, like an event planner. And I told my husband, I said, I don't know what it is. And I was praying about it. And I said, I don't know what it is, but like, I need to do it. And he looked at me crazy, like, don't you know, like, we don't have anything, and we have 2 kids, and, you know, and I'm like, I know. I was like, but can you just trust me? Like, can you just trust that the Lord knows what he's doing? And so then, after that, like, he's like, you know what, like, I believe, you know, God is working, and, you know, we'll just trust the Lord. So our last, I believe we had $600 in our account, and 5 out of the $600 I had to spend to go to this thing. And I'm like, Lord, I hope the check bounces, or else it's not your will, like something, you know, like something has to give. And then, so anyways, it went through or whatever. I end up going, and there was probably around like 25 women, and this event planner, she does amazing events for like celebrities and NBA player, all this stuff. And I did it because, you know, I just aspired just to, you know, I loved like her style. So make a long story short, I went there, and then I remember I got turned down job after job, you know, saying, you know, well, I'm not gonna hire you then to just become, you know, what is it called? Just, you know, to become a person that's gonna do the same thing I do. Like, I forget what it's called, but you know, just so I was like, man, I got let down like big time because people wouldn't hire me. And I said, man, like, but I knew like there was seeds that were planted during that little, you know, that little thing that I went to in Miami. And I called her and I said, man, I said, there's no, how do you get hired when people think that they're going to become their competitor in like a year, you know? So then she's like, come work with me, intern with me. And I was like, what? Like, and God just completely blew my mind. He opened the door. She said, Monday, come intern with me. And, you know, from then on, like the first day I was in this like, and it's not all, you know, glitz and glam, but like just to see how God will take you from nothing to like that, you just have no idea, you know, and you're in this place that it's like people only dream of, and you're like, oh my goodness, it's only God. So anyways, yeah, so from then on it progressed, and then I just, you know, she still mentors me. I still work with her a little from time to time, and, you know, I have my own business, and yeah, from there, you know, it doesn't come with, you know, it's not handed to you. Everything comes with a sacrifice. You know, anything that's worth it, you know, it's paid, you know, sacrificially by a lot of ways. But yeah, anything that you girls want to do, you guys can certainly come. Yeah.
I think you might have some questions on our list.
I do. How soon should I start researching this career? like event planning career?
Yes.
Or, okay, you know, as soon as possible. If there's, like, the resources are limitless, you know, anywhere, social media, grab a book, look through magazines. There's inspiration anywhere you go. I go to the farmer's market and get a lot of local ideas from, you know, my peers, everywhere. You know, inspiration can be anywhere. So, yeah, as soon as you girls want to learn about it, you girls can, you know,
They can come to one of your events.
yeah, yes, come to one of my events. You're more than welcome. But yeah, I just started by just, you know, obviously helping others, and then from there, you know, going to events, doing, you know, getting acquainted with other people that are like-minded, and that's it. And my second question is, would you recommend partnering with a friend? Why or why not? Would I recommend it or not? I mean, it's really up to what you girls or whoever has in their heart, you know? Like, for me, I don't work by myself, but I'm my own boss, you know? I didn't get here by myself. There's a lot of, you know, women that I work with, but not, you know, I'm not their boss, they're not my boss. Yeah, I mean, for me, I wouldn't do it with a friend, especially because I think when you, you know, you mix business with pleasure, I think there's a lot of emotions and a lot of things that can be, you know, crossed, that shouldn't be crossed, but for me, that's just something that I mean, I like to do by myself, like business-wise, but other people, it's just up to them. So it's up to your girl.
Cool, thank you. Let's give Ms. Raquel. We do have a little bit more to go on our program, but I would just like to talk a little bit about what it is that I do. And a lot of the girls are like, "Are you going to be a part of the panel?" Yes, unfortunately, I'm going to be a part of the panel. And this was a childhood thing for me. I've always had low self-esteem. So I grew up that girl who was always a part of stuff, but still wasn't really comfortable with being a part of stuff. Like, I was in everything. I cheered, I did it all, but I still was, you know, I wasn't confident with my own self. So I felt like there wasn't any programs that I could be involved with, or anybody that could help me through those years of my low self-esteem. So then STEM, Operation BeYOUtiful, is something, an outlet, which helps me every day. I meet with these girls and talk about their insecurities and talk about, you know, things that they face as far as peer pressure. So this is something that I'm very passionate about, and I enjoy doing it. It's not much that we put into it. It's just getting a venue together, hosting events, and I think I can't even tell you like if there's a specific way of going about doing things. I feel like if it's in your heart to help others, then everything will fall into place. There's nothing that we want for here at Operation BeYOUtiful. Everything just comes together. For example, when I put together this event, I was asking people, like, you know, older people. I was like, can you come? Can you take time out of your schedule? Like CEOs and bank managers. And, you know, I was being turned down. And then I turned to my own peers, girls that I went to college with, girls that I went to high school with, family members, saying, here, come to my event and talk about your career. So I'm just blessed to be in this position. And girls, you can do anything that you put your mind to. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't. And people are going to constantly talk about you. They're going to constantly say bad things about what you're doing, but you have to be confident and know in your heart that this is something that you want to do. And if there's 2 or 3 people in the room, you do it like you have 1 million people in the room. And I'm glad that we didn't have large numbers, so that you girls can understand that sometimes you may have something or be hosting an event or maybe invite people somewhere and everybody may not come. But if you have those faithful few, you do it as if there's 1 million people. And when you get that platform to be in front of thousands of girls, you have that practice with your 2 or 3 girls. So I just would like to encourage you young girls. Thank you so much for coming. This isn't the end, but that's a little bit about OBM. Listen, I just want to kind of break the ice a little bit. If you want to get up and get some food or talk to any of our panelists, I'm not sure if anybody has to leave, but if you have time constraints, just let me know before you go, so that we can give you some goodies for coming. But we want to give this time for our panelists to come down and kind of interact with the adults and children, kind of, talk to them, encourage them, because we do know that there's a lot going on in and around, and our young girls are being influenced by negativity. I mean, there's social media where it's Housewives of Atlanta. That's a career. Like, that's their career. Starting drama, and that's what our young girls see. So this was an amazing kind of panel we put together of young girls that they can see who are not on TV and being ratchet. They're actually doing great things. They're helping each other. Mom, please silence your phone. You know that. Anyway, I'm glad that you're here, Mom. Anyways, I'm just gonna give you this opportunity. There's food on the back table. We have pasta salad, some amazing meatballs. Listen, Leandra's here. Leandra makes the best meatballs, so you gotta try those. I vouch. I promise. I ate a few before I got here. All right. So at this time, we're gonna break the ice. I want you guys to mingle. I don't want anybody to leave because we're gonna open up just a question and answer forum, and then we're gonna do some presentations. So if you have to go, please go. But if not, please stay. We are gonna do a little raffle at the end. You can purchase a raffle ticket over there. My friend Kiana, the assistant director of Operation BeYOUtiful, and we're gonna raffle off some cool gifts, some OBM paraphernalia. So we have some bags, some mugs, and things like that. So the raffle tickets are $2. You can purchase one, and we'll be calling those numbers while you guys eat. All right? All right, ladies, come down and attack our audience. I want to take a picture.